Your next assignment is to do a partial draft of the reader response. This video walks you through that process for people who like to hear the instructions as well as read about them. What you see in front of you is a screen capture of the instructions that you'll find in Module 2 of your Blackboard shell. Specifically, what I've done is I've pulled the instructions for the introduction and the instructions for the first body paragraph. If you haven't learned anything else about me this semester, I hope that you have begun to get a sense that as a teacher, I'm very linear, I'm very structured. I tell you step by step by step what I want to see, and the most successful students are the ones who just take me at face value and they follow me step by step by step. They are intentional in their writing. What they do is they look at the instructions, they write a sentence that matches the first piece of instruction, and then they look at the second requirement and they write sentences that intentionally answer the second instruction. I want to show you how this very linear, deliberate process can work in writing the introduction for this paper. What I've done is I've simplified the instructions, and you now see them in just 5 very discrete chunks. The first thing you have to do is you have to write me an attention-getting opener. Then you give me background on the source. Then you state your research topic and include your search question. Give me your thesis sentence, and then end with a preview of the body paragraphs that you'll be writing in this essay. So here is my attention getter. Many people like to believe that racism's dead and people of color have the same opportunities and advantages as anyone else. And while it's true that separate water fountains and midnight hangings no longer exist, African Americans still experience different and harsher treatment than white people do. So there's the sentence where I invite you to dip your toe into the pool, and now you know what the pool is going to be like. The next thing you have to do is to give background information on your source. You're taking this material from the summary and the source analysis paragraphs that you wrote in the previous assignment. So, The Drug War is the New Jim Crow by Graham Boyd. Tell me the name of the article, the name of the author. Argues that the drug war of the late 20th and early 21st century eroded constitutional rights and caused harm to minority communities. I'm going to click to the next slide just for a minute. This is a capture of the paragraph that I wrote and showed you. And so you have a full paragraph that summarizes the article, but then what I did is I condensed that full paragraph into one sentence. That's all you need. That's all I want you to do in the introduction. A brief one sentence overview of what the article has to say. And then in the next part of background on the source, you're going to pull from the article analysis, which you can look at on the next slide. I've captured that paragraph, but you've already seen it. That was the paragraph where I told you a little bit about the author and a little bit about the publication. Boyd, an attorney who works to reform drug laws and reduce mass incarceration, published on the ACLU webpage. He's a knowledgeable author, a definite bias towards protecting the rights of the underserved, and the ACLU shares the same mission of fighting for marginalized people. These two pieces will be the longest parts of your introduction. The next thing you do is you state your research topic and your search question. You identified those two things in the research proposal. And if they haven't changed, just migrate them to this paragraph. If they have changed, that's okay. But be really direct about telling me, this is my topic, this is my question. My research topic is institutional racism, and I want to know if African Americans are treated differently in the judicial system. And I just saw that left out a verb. I will fix that. The next thing you do is you give your thesis sentence. And if you'll recall from the directions, let's just go look at them on the previous page. Your thesis sentence should tell how you think this source will be helpful to you. What do you learn from it? State this in no more than 2 sentences, preferably 1. Note that this will spin off your declaration of research topic and presentation of your search question. That is, the usual thesis sentence will say something about how this source will help you answer your search question. I'm being real emphatic because that's a little bit different than how we've been working with thesis sentences up till this point. This article helps answer my search question by outlining the constitutional rights that have been compromised and the resulting harms caused to minority communities by the war on drugs. That's what I think it's going to help me do. And then the last thing you do is you give a preview of this essay. And this essay is basically organized by the structure of your article. So back up again to look at the preview, a preview of your body paragraphs. The trick here is that your paragraphs should focus on the article's main supporting points. So in essence, your preview will list the article's 3 or 4 main supporting points or subdivisions. So this article begins by establishing the disproportionate number of African Americans imprisoned as a result of drug-related crimes, and then argues that the war on drugs has eroded constitutional rights and caused harm to minority communities. And my preview comes from the summary that I did previously. Alright, here is the explanation of the main body. And basically what I want you to understand is the bones of the paragraph. You'll have a topic sentence that will echo from your thesis. You'll have a general explanation. The general explanation does 2 things. In other words, your paragraph will be divided into 2 pieces. The first half of your paragraph will focus on summary, and the second half of your paragraph will focus on commentary, how you think this point will help you when you write your research paper. Now, both your summary and your commentary are going to be supported by specific examples. And the specific examples will be paraphrases and quotations from the article. And then finally, your paragraph will end with a concluding sentence. And the concluding sentence will restate your topic sentence. I'm going to pause right here and start a new video.